All right, guys, this is one I looked up the other day. How to travel the world for cheap. I just kind of looked this one up the other day because I was like, that sounds interesting. Is Google Flights. And you don't even have to use Google. You can use Expedia or, I don't know, whatever service you want. But compare other flights, other airlines, and have them compete for your business. If everyone just went to United or Delta and got their flights, they would know they would have a monopoly and they could just charge whatever they want. Well, how about we go and have them compete for a business in one place where we can all see what so-and-so's charging, so-and-so's charging, what so-and-so offers, and all that stuff. So having an aggregator basically is what I'm saying. Not so much Google, Expedia. Have some kind of aggregator, a website that shows everybody's shit. So being flexible, right? So explore destinations. I didn't even know you could do this, but you can go on Google Flights and you can just hit on the destinations with the two. You can just hit explore, and it will show all these different places, and you will find some places for like $15 flights, $100 flights, like stupid cheap, that you would think, that's crazy to go somewhere like that. And it may be someplace that you've never thought about going, but then once you see the cost of the flights and you're like, you know what, it'd be kind of cool to go to the Philippines or I don't know, wherever. But yeah, just be flexible and open-minded. Also, the days that are less traveled. So if you are okay with leaving on a Wednesday or a Tuesday versus being like, okay, I'm gonna leave on Friday or Saturday. If you're a little bit flexible on the days that you can go. So that's another one. Is just being able to be flexible on the days you can leave, because they have the days that aren't the hot days for them for people to buy tickets, so they offer better prices on days that people aren't flying the most. Where you stay, hotels, Airbnb, that stuff. Again, this is another good one to have an aggregator to show all the hotels and all the bed and breakfast and Airbnbs or whatever. Everybody showing what they offer for what price and competing against each other. But also hostels are a really cheap way to stay. I mean, it's super, super cheap to stay at a hostel. Hostel. Now, it may not have all the amenities of a 5-star hotel. So if you're requiring and you have to have the amenities, select to look up 5-star, 4-star hotels. But if you're looking just straight up for price, check out hostels. You may have to share a room with somebody that has a bunk bed or something like that. But just check it out. You never know. You may find something that you're like, holy shit, that's really cool. A new one that's kind of gaining a little bit of steam is these pod hotels. Now, these are super duper cheap. I'm talking like $15-20 a night to stay in these pod hotels. And it's literally these pods that kind of pull out like a drawer. And it's like the size of a coffin. I think it'd be cool just to do it once, just to be like, man, I did it. But is to go and just stay in one of these hotel pods. I know they do it in Japan and some Asian countries. I'm not sure if they do it Europe, South America, whatever. But it's kind of cool to look into. Food, right? So that's another big expense when you go to another country. You go out and eat a lot. You could meet friends and stay at their house. That's also another super cheap way, is meet friends, and go and stay at their house. That's free. But then you're going to eat at their house. Well, now you're not going to just some restaurant that kind of serves, whatever mediocre cuisine that they eat there. You're eating authentic homemade food that someone from that area cooks, so they're eating how they actually eat. It's like going to a Mexican restaurant in Texas. Well, we have a billion Tex-Mex restaurants, but none of them are going to be like if you go to someone's Mexican grandma's house and eat there. Like, that food's on a whole nother fucking level. But yeah, so if you could go and meet up with some people and eat at their house, you're gonna get really good food for really, really cheap. But if you can, just buy food while you're there and cook and prepare it yourself while you're there. You don't have to eat out every single meal. Maybe just have a couple special dinners or something set aside. Transportation. So you could rent a car. Those are usually kind of expensive. You can take a taxi or an Uber or something like that. But public transportation is going to be probably your cheapest route to go. But you get what you pay for. If you're in Newark, New Jersey, catching a train, you may sit there and watch a heroin addict throwing up with his head in the trash can. So, there's homeless people and beggars and criminals and shit. So like, yeah, it's cheap, but you also may get lit on fire in a New York City subway. So, you get what you pay for. And travel light, right? So don't have a bunch of bags that need to be checked. They're all going to charge you like $100 a bag for, being checked every time you get onto a different plane. So, if you're jet setting and you're going like from here to Mexico to China to England, it's going to be like $100 each time. And then you got to do that on the way back too. So, travel light, just have a backpack, something you can have as carry on. Throw your essential clothes and hygiene and stuff in there. And you may have to do laundry while you're out, but just find you a cheap little laundromat. I've done it before, not a big deal. But anyways, yeah, those are ways to really kind of, travel the world for cheap. So check it out. All right, guys, subscribe, share, comment, like. Let's get to work.